Aavak, I know you may have already been asked, but my curiosity wishes to know. After having watched Cringer play it, will you be checking out the amazing cultivation simulator? Well, I do have it, and I have been checking it out, going through the tutorials. I'm not sure if/when I will be streaming it, but it is definitely on my list of potentials. Right, go ahead and grab the muck root, that's fine. Okay, now it's going to take us a little while to get all of this set up. We have, however, set these up correctly, so that should all be taken care of. Now, what's the temperature up here? The temperature up here should actually start to drop soon, because we're not going to be pulling as much temperature up through the pipes. Let's have a quick gander. It's going down there at 112. It's coming back up at 110. Okay. Managing to keep these going reasonably well. I'm actually somewhat impressed. Now, the next place that I want to pull heat from is, as I've said, over here. It goes in at 33, comes out at 41. That's an awful lot of heat that I'm not making use of. Is it? Oh, thank goodness it's made of steel. I was about to say, oh no, it's made of gold. That does scupper my plans a bit, I'm going to be honest. But no, it does not in this particular instance scupper them. We should be good to go. Alright, so how it's a rather messy nest of pipes that I'm gonna have to try and branch through. I'm thinking probably the best way of doing it is to bring it down here and branch over and hook up down there. But ideally, I would like it to dump its heat into this container first. Yeah. That is a bit of a problem for me. One of the biggest problems is that all of the petroleum that's being fed into the main system is coming from down there. Perhaps I could move that out a little bit. Perhaps I could just have that slip across. And then maybe down and up, something like that. And just take it up along this side. Because we're going to be able to break this entire connection. Actually, yeah, we're going to be able to just cap that off over here. So this whole part of the system can be repurposed. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and build that in. I'm going to make this a bit of a higher priority because I really do want to start grabbing that heat if I can. This should be okay for a little bit of time. It's reasonably safe in there right now. Let's go ahead and have a look at our slicksters. How are you doing down here? There is like no... There's tiny amounts of CO2 in there. Absolute minuscule amounts. And there's a decent amount of chlorine over here. I'm so sorry. It makes me sad. But there's not much I can do. I guess I could just seal that off perhaps, but for the time being I think we're going to just allow them to get these odd jobs done. And while all of that is going on, I do need to continue trying to get up here and strip this area out as well. That one is going to be its own problem though. How much steel do I have? I've got enough to add an extra layer. So if I did something like this, broke through up here, then I should be able to add in an extra layer up there. And we can just expand this out a little bit. We just need a little bit over here, just enough to protect this little, basically add a little cap to this area. And that is going to cause you no end of problems. Oh, thank you very much, RoboMiner. Yeah. Let's get all of that shaved down. We went in there to sleep, really. Really. Someone please come along and dig them out. Thank you very much, Snowford. That is marvellous. Truly. Right, we just need that built. And I actually do need that as a very high priority, otherwise we're going to be in a bit of trouble. But once that's done, we can access this area. We can shave off a layer or two. What I'm thinking is just leave 2 layers. I think that's more than good enough. We'll dig that away right there so that the regolith can can fall down there. Something like this should work. Once that's gone, we'll continue to add these up there, like so, but I don't need to worry about that one as much of a priority anymore. This one definitely does still need to be built, though, as soon as we can. There we are. Thank you very much, Snowfoot. Where would we be without you? Easily one of the most productive dupes we have in the colony at the moment. Let's continue. Really? It doesn't fall onto building tiles? That's actually kind of impressive. But as you can see, constantly shifting more stuff through. Whenever Sweepy manages to grab anything, automatically gets piped down here. So this system is largely automated now. And because this doesn't activate all the time, the passive cooling is probably enough. We'll see. We'll see. Every base needs a bit of spaghetti. I agree. Only needs thicker pipes. Transfer more stuff in the same space. That would be kind of cool. It is true. It would certainly help. Actually, we can probably cancel that one. I don't think we're going to get a meteorite that can make that kind of a turn. And we'll just dig through and completely construct all of that and recover that steel. Also, we can slowly start to pull these away as well. And how are we going down here? Okay, we haven't built the gas vent just yet. But we have, it appears. We built the oh, we have. Marvelous. We've actually laid down most of the work that we need. We haven't yet built any of the high pressure gas valves yet. But on the whole, that's not too bad. Now, this place is starting to see a bit more issues. Now, with that, let's deconstruct this. This will then eventually empty out this whole system. And that's when we need to really get a move on. Because we are going to be on a countdown from that moment forward. Thankfully, when this pipe is out of the way, we're going to have a lot more room to play with. I can take this straight across, for example, and hook it up over there. This will come back through. Now, I'm going to need to do something with this, because this will otherwise be just injecting into this pipe, which is not exactly what we want. Let's go ahead and deconstruct that one as a high priority. But then this can come up here and just branch across, I guess. Yeah, especially if we're taking this out at this level. If we just take that straight across, we can do away with that bridge, and then yeah, this is actually going to be a lot cleaner than I was first imagining. It's going to be a lot cleaner to set up all of that pipe work. I was a little bit concerned that it was going to be a massive chore, but we're going to be rather lucky, I think. Can we not get you out of the way? There we go. I would like that one done. Rather than that, we should be able to get all of this regolith fallen down. Oh my lord, Sweepy's going to have so much work to do. Poor Sweepy. I'm thinking of maybe giving Sweepy a buddy. Hey, Calissa Fox, how are you doing? Thank you so much. 70 months. My goodness, you're definitely amongst the oldest subs. Aavak, or chat, could you recommend a tea other than oolong for someone who likes oolong? Well, you're fond of stronger teas then. Though I wouldn't necessarily call oolong strong, but it's the same process that goes into making stronger teas goes into making oolong. I mean, are there other teas that you like? Because that's just one point of data. If I have even just one or more, it's going to give me a much narrower field for me to recommend. once the rest of this is done, we are going to hook up this system. So I'm actually quite eager for this to be done. Oh dear, it's... Is it detecting anything? No, it's just telling me that the scan network quality is really low. That's fine. Hopefully we will be finished with this very soon, and then we can dump all of this down. Now, my sincerest hope is the Sweepy doesn't get caught underneath it, because that's going to suck for Sweepy. Poor old Sweepy. How hot can you get, Sweepy? I'm not actually even sure that you can melt. So, oh no, you can. But you melt based on your actual temperature. So you're always going to be safe. Okay. You shouldn't ever die from it, at the very least. I'm going to have to break that down as well, unfortunately. Apathy Kittens, thank you so much for that whopping great bit bomb there, my lord. See, Earl Grey is a nice suggestion, but it can be very different to oolong. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to someone who's looking for something based on the fact that they like oolong. There we are. Let's get you inside. I think we're about ready, everyone. Go ahead and hook this up. Donk. There we are. Here we go. I'm so sorry, Sweepy. Mostly, I'm sorry. Tonk. Now, come on, then. You need to work quickly, because these are going to get very hot very quickly. Let's have a look at their temperature. What is their temperature? 48. It is now cooled enough. It is starting to go down. There we go. I think we've actually got a system that it is going to... Yeah, the temperature's immediately starting to pull down, because the moment that this gas could escape, it started pulling it down again. Alright, even without a dedicated cooling chamber, this seems to be working. And the moment that that's out of the way, this should, I'm hoping... There we are, scan quality at 20%. We've got eyes on the stars. We've got an eye in the sky, no less. Oh, so amazing. Look at that gloriousness, everyone. Witness its splendor. I could technically go even further and just, like, you know, not worry about that one little bit there, or even push that out a little bit more. And, you know, I have to dig it back from that side, but I'd rather not for now. But truly, witness the splendor. It works. Yeah, only 36% quality. That's going to be the way it works, unfortunately. Yeah, it's because... well, actually, why is it only 36% quality? Is it because there's industrial machinery nearby? Oh, yes. Look. These are affecting it. These are not. But this is. So I need to pull this further away. I need to find a spot where I can place this, but that should buff up the scan quality considerably. Take care, Apathy Kittens. Thank you so much for dropping by. Weird question. Is your new graveyard keeper getting its own playlist? It's already in its own playlist. It is absolutely in its own playlist. Unless you mean the latest episode. In which case, chat, if you could remind me on the next break for some stream readers, I will double check that it has actually been put in the playlist, but I do believe it is. Alright, how's everything doing down here? What's the temperature of this? Conveyor rail, 137, 137, 137. What's the temperature? 137. This is probably full, then, I'm guessing? When does this dump? Below 140. Okay, so that should dump it in there. There we are. Loads of regolith on its way out at 13 degrees. Marvellous. To feed our shovels, more and more and more and more shovels. To feed the hungry bellies of our dupes. Well, that's a lie. Our dupes are not in any way, shape or form hungry. They're not. They don't even know the meaning of the word. They don't. They've never known hunger. Not even once. Look at all the iron coming in. Grand. That's going to be more steel for us. I live. I die. I live again. Newest episode is indeed already in its own playlist. Ah, fantastic. Then no work is going to be needed from me, and I am always happy about this. Right, what I would like to do though is maybe get another sweepie. I think we probably should. What are you made of? You're made of steel. Can I make another sweepie of steel? How much steel does it require? It requires only 75. I think this should be done. 2 sweepies? It's going to be marvelous. Let's hook that up. Actually, is there going to be enough power on for this network? Let's have a quick gander. No. No, they will not. If I wanted to, I could hook this up to the main power spine, this little bit, to take some of the strain off this wire. You know what? Sure. Okay, we're gonna take care of this. Strip all of these wires down. Tunk. And get me a heavy joint plate right there, please and thank you, Pomp. Make this a nice, reasonably high priority for me. I do dislike that will mess with different things, but once that's done, we will just go ahead and hook them all up to the main power spine, and then we should be golden. Make all these 7s. You need to be a 1 though. I don't allow manual use, but I want that to be a 1. Don't worry, Sweepy. We'll have power there. I know your home just turned off. Look, I'm working on it, okay? Stop making me feel guilty. Sometimes we've just got to accept that our houses have to be turned off in the name of progress. Man. Right. All is well down here, it seems. Polluted oxygen out there. Only carbon dioxide in here. A little bit of polluted oxygen, no doubt, here and there, wandering around in here. Yeah, but that should be fine. If this is ever anything other than carbon dioxide, it'll pump. So that it will be pulled out now and then. Let's hook these up, please and thanks. And then deconstruct this. Let's stop pulling all of this precious, precious steam and indeed other gases out of there. We want it all to stay inside. Right, now that that's been done, this is getting remarkably warm down here, so I'm going to slow things down just a tad while I sort out this piping. Right. First and foremost, I'm actually going to pop these onto priority 8 jobs now. Because we need to get this sorted rather sharpish. About to... Yeah, about there should do. Take that away. We don't want this to move out. Like, I know I built that as sedimentary rock so it could contain the heat, but we no longer want that, so I do need to address that. We don't want this flowing, dropping any of the heat into the pipes here, for example. So I'm going to just cancel that build order and then draw it across, just to make sure that this just connects and it doesn't overwrite. So with that done, we can then just pipe that up there, connect it up, we should be golden. So, cancel that, and indeed break this down. There we are. Let's get this on the move. And get all of this built. Quick as you like, please. And indeed, thank you. That has now shut down. So, any additional liquids introduced by the steam vents will now be expelled out of the system. Sent down here and just dropped off over there. And with this, we've not actually damaged any of the functionality of the system, by and large. Let's have a look down here. We do need this to be introduced in order to heat this up properly, but that's fine. There we go. Now this was going to drop its temperature rather rapidly, but it should start flashing this water to steam in the nearest future. Have a look at that water. That water is on the edge of because the game, to prevent like unnecessary logic loops, it's plus or minus 2 degrees. It'll boil 2 degrees hotter than it would in real life, and it'll freeze 2 degrees colder than it would do in real life, so that there's more room, so that something isn't constantly flickering between its state. It's not constantly phase changing. Otherwise, something like water, which has got a triple point, where it can be both a gas, a liquid, and a solid at the same temperature, would break the machine. It would just enter that loop, and it was just all of the CPU would be drunk by that one process. I'm waiting for more Mars Horizon. Do you have a plan for a new session? Probably the stream after next. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to play this one for a good many hours. Then tomorrow, I'll be streaming some Divinity Original Sin 2 with Lady Sheilab. And then following that, more than likely going to be switching over to some Mars Horizon. So we're probably not very far away from it, realistically speaking. Right, now that that is all hooked up properly, we should start seeing the system filter again. Now, we've got a big old gap in that, which is a little bit of a concern. Not happy with that at all. We emptied out the reservoir entirely of its contents, which is actually really bad. We very much need to prevent that from happening. It's because we've added so much extra room to the system. I'm going to have to introduce a little bit more then. Where am I going to do that? I could. We have a petroleum line here. I could easily hook that up to this, so that this petroleum line injects into this one if there is a need. And I think that's probably wise to do. So let's go ahead. Actually, I'll just grab this one, copy it, move it on up. Do something along these lines, like so. Want a little liquid shutoff valve, right about there. And we want to hook this one up to some to a trigger. I want to send a red signal when this is over 20%. So 1 ton of petroleum in there to help equalize temperatures. And the low threshold, send a green signal if the reservoir is less than, let's say, 5% full. Well, actually, no. I want the low threshold to be 15%. That's what I'll accept it. And then we just need to hook this one up with a copper cable straight down there, and we should be golden. Or silver, if you prefer silver. I prefer silver, so I don't know why I use the phrase "should be golden." My lord. Ah, damn it! I broke this down before. Oh, I should have. Thankfully, that one will still work. This one not so though. So this one's doing no work anymore. That is showing green when that triggers. Okay, it has got a NOT gate. I was a little bit concerned there for a moment. I was like, wow, have I actually just been pumping it out if it's the right gas? It would sound like a very me thing to do, so I wouldn't question it really, but I hoped not. I think Aavak lives inside a wormhole. He chugs videos out so fast. I mean, see, if wormholes operate with the principle of black holes, then no, that would be the opposite. From your perspective, it would be as if time had basically stopped for me. You might get a video once a century, but from my perspective, I'm putting those videos out once a second. Checking out all of the emotes. Athena looks like a bandit on the emotes. What? How dare? Athena isn't a bandit, my lord. She does. That's her markings. Jackie did a really, really good job. She really considered the way the ferrets looked for making those. I could get a sniper suit. We've eventually got more. This is flooded. Well, there's a shame, yes. Let's try to warm it up a bit. We need more and more hot liquid moving through this system. Number 9. How hot is it going to be around here? I mean, honestly, this isn't too bad. How hot is this outputting liquid? It's emitting it at 329 C, so that's actually going to give us a little bit of a injection of heat. Now let's get this connection up. Hook that up, and then this should fill until we've got a reasonable amount of temperature in there. What's the temperature up here? It's not great. We need more heat injected into the system, and right now one of the only ways that we do that is through the smelting operations. What are we doing down there? Nothing. Well, I guess I could make a bunch more copper, or 69 tons of gold. I want to put... Okay. I've got 99 problems, and gold is accounting for about 99 of them, actually. In that I don't have enough of it smelted. I need the precious, precious heat. Hey! I wish I could name them. I really wish I could name them so much. You know what I could do, though? You're gonna wear a snazzy suit. Oh. Oh. Well, that's awkward. Well, just as well, I'm giving you the snazzy suit. Clearly, one of these sweepies is the older brother. We're going to say that you're the older brother. You're the one that gets to wear clothes. Dobby is free. Thank you very much. Protecting the base. I approve. There's going to be so much random stuff up there that I'm going to want to go and get eventually. So, Tunk. There we go. They're both snoozing. Ares does bounce. Yes, absolutely. I can rename them? Really? I need to rename them so badly. My life depends on this. Game, don't autosave now. This is the worst possible time for an autosave. How can I rename it? There we go. Dobby is free. Dobby and Sweepy. There we go. Perfect. I'm so happy. So incredibly happy. Look, that one had to be Dobby because I gave it clothes, alright? Who would like to be the non-free Sweepy? Fine, you can also be free. Let's have a quick look. Naming game time. Let me see. Who's next on the list? It's Degnol. Degnol, you get to be a Sweepy. Naming game. Dagnol 82. Only it's just going to be Dagnol. Who would have numbers in their name? What? See, I could say that with so much more conviction when I didn't have to have an underscore on my Twitter handle. I feel so wrong. So wrong. Oh, there we are. Marvelousness. Look at them go with their little suits. Oh, this is marvelous. I'm so happy. So happy. Belial reincarnated as... He just got a name, though. Fine. Belial II, Esquire. There we go. Gotta have Esquire. If you've actually got a legitimate number in your name, like it isn't just like 82, it's the 82nd, then it has to have something like Esquire. You need it. Kinda. It's sort of the law in my head. All right, now I'm actually going to have to break these down so I can reach across. So let's get those deconstructed. But we've got a battle to go and check out. Also, Tilly needs to be let out. She's sat by the door, just kind of facing it, like waiting patiently.